Welcome to the Complete Story Series, where we take your favorite story arcs and we break them down into a nice digestible size, and then we read it dramatically to you. Today's story is Deadpool Original Sin, the follow-up to our story, Deadpool the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Recently, somebody killed the Watcher, and thousands upon thousands of secrets spilled back into the world. Deadpool is a man of many secrets, but today we'll be looking at only one of his many. It was recently discovered that Deadpool had had a wife and a child, and that both had died as leverage against him. But a large black woman named Preston that was living in his head thought that maybe his daughter could still be alive. So she decided to continue searching until she could at least find a body to give Deadpool some closure. Well, after getting out of his head, she's been having some success, and on a visit to the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier so that he can get some help fighting some vampires for his wife, which was Dracula's former bride, Preston shows Deadpool an official birth certificate and his daughter's name, Eleanor. Well, before they could get any more information out of the birth certificate, the Avengers cornered the orb while he was holding the Watcher's eye, and Preston, as a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent, was called to the site with her partner. On the way to the site of the Watcher's supposed killer, Deadpool hitched a ride so that he could get off at the Baxter Building and use the time-traveling portal so that he could travel back to the 1970s and, with Dazzler's help, fight vampires before they could launch attack against his wife, all while dancing to disco. But we're not going into that today. Today we're going to explain what Preston and her partner saw when the Watcher's eye exploded and Deadpool's secret was revealed: the location of Eleanor. As it turns out, Butler, the man who was experimenting on Deadpool, actually kept the child alive and he left it with his own brother, Joshua. Well, since she knows that this is Butler's brother, she just looked him up and paid him a visit to see if any of this was accurate. And what she finds is a nice house, a lovely yard, and a young girl named Eleanor, who wants to be called Ellie. Preston steps inside to speak with her foster father, Joshua, and explain the situation. Butler's now dead, and the child that he's been raising wasn't Butler's. Ellie is technically a missing person, and Preston would like to bring her in. Well, Joshua isn't happy with the idea of the girl that he raised being taken away by S.H.I.E.L.D., and he politely asks Preston to leave the building so that he can do the only thing an elderly man raising a child can do: try to run, since he can't take on S.H.I.E.L.D. But as they're packing, he runs into another problem, because Preston isn't the only person who has officially tracked down Deadpool's daughter. Deadpool's enemies did also. They tie up both Joshua and Ellie, and they take aim at Joshua's head. He's just an elderly man. What did his brother get him into? But our story can't end here with an old man dying and his daughter being kidnapped. Shouldn't this be the part where Deadpool shows up and cracks wise? Oh, right, he's coming back from the 1970s to bring Dazzler back to the present day to help him nuke the vampires who don't sparkle. And for some reason, he came back to the modern day with an afro. But don't you worry, dear listeners. Preston will just punch her way through the wall. You see, when she had her soul pulled out of Deadpool and put back into a body, her body was already decomposed. So they just put her into a robotic body. And they try to shoot her face off, so she punches them in the head, knocking their face clean off. Oh, too bad they're not robots also, because they kinda died when that happened. She then flips a tub onto the kidnappers and opens fire Terminator style. While Preston was against killing people while inside Deadpool's head, no one tries to kidnap a child. Everyone has their line, and they've just crossed Preston's. But while Preston was fighting, Joshua and Ellie made a break for it, and now Preston doesn't know where they are, and there's still more soldiers chasing them. She sends out a distress text message to Deadpool. "I found Ellie. They're going to kidnap her. Help." Deadpool looks around. Oh my god, no! They're gonna kill Ellie, and he's halfway across the states right now. He needs to cross the country in a hurry, so he goes to the Baxter Building hoping to get help. But the Baxter Building is all closed up. And Doctor Strange isn't in his sanctum, and Tony Stark is missing. How is he gonna get across the country? He jumps onto the front lawn of the Avengers Tower looking for Cap, but Cap isn't here either. Not again. He's gonna lose her again. Why can't he just get some help getting across the country? But there's one Avenger here, Thor, and he refuses to help Deadpool, because the last time Deadpool visited, he broke their toilet. But Deadpool, please, Thor, don't let a little girl pay the ultimate price for his mistakes. Please help him. Thor still isn't happy with Deadpool, but he won't sacrifice a child for his own vendetta. He tells Deadpool he'll fly him there. Hold on to the hammer, and boom, Deadpool rides Mjolnir to Chicago. He won't lose her again. He will save her. Following the trail that Joshua and Ellie left, Deadpool ends up on the train tracks with the kidnappers. But they see Deadpool before he sees them, and he's a little preoccupied looking for his daughter. So they open fire and unload everything into him. It's gonna take him some time to regrow everything, so the kidnappers pick up the Deadpool mush and they carry him away. Well, the kidnappers also have some police officers on payroll, so they quickly locate Joshua and Ellie. The toll of everything that's going on is too much for Joshua though, and he begins to have a heart attack. All hope looks lost. S.H.I.E.L.D. doesn't know where they are. Deadpool's a pile of mush, and Joshua's about to check out. Except, Deadpool kind of regenerated, and he took the outfit of one of the kidnappers, so he's kind of there. And he kills the kidnappers, and then he pulls his mask off. Ellie, my name is Deadpool, and I'm your fastest ticket out of here. He kneels down to Joshua, and he tells him that help is on the way. But Joshua grabs Deadpool's hand. My brother wanted me to keep her protected from you. But once I realized that he was more of a monster than you, I decided to protect her from the world. Promise me you'll protect her. And Deadpool says, on my life, I'll protect her. Deadpool then takes her hand to run the heck out of there because there's a lot more henchmen shooting at them. And they make their way to an office building where Deadpool tells Ellie to hide, and no peeking, so he can do what he does best, which is slicing, dicing, and shooting up the henchmen left and right. But eventually, they overwhelm him again, and they shoot him in the spine, paralyzing him. He can't stop them as they pull Ellie out, and they call up their boss. And who's the villain that's trying to get his revenge against Deadpool? Who's the villain that started all of this? The Flag Smasher steps out of the elevator, laughs at Deadpool, and he throws Ellie out of the window. Wait, all of this is from a D-list Captain America villain? He just lost his daughter to a D-list villain? Deadpool uses all of his strength to heal faster, and he gets up and he tears all of the henchmen limb from limb. And at the end of it all, he walks over to Flag Smasher, who is bleeding and injured, prepared to kill this man and make him pay the ultimate price that he made his daughter pay. When Evan shows up, otherwise known as Kid Apocalypse. Deadpool sent out a distress call to one of his friends, and he came and caught Ellie just in time. Deadpool thanks Evan so much, and then he walks over to Flag Smasher, with Flag Smasher begging that Deadpool just kill him, don't torture him. But Deadpool says he's gonna try something new. He needs to stop all of this killing for his daughter's sake. He'll just take Flag Smasher's finger for evidence, and if Flag Smasher ever shows up again, Deadpool will kill him. S.H.I.E.L.D. then shows up, and Deadpool asks them to take Ellie into protective custody. He wants to be a part of her life, but he can't just take this girl home with him. Not with his life. So S.H.I.E.L.D. does just that. Deadpool has his daughter back. Agent Preston is watching over her right now while they sort out where she should go. And Deadpool is getting to know his daughter. Seems like a happy ending for our sad clown for once, doesn't it? I'm Benny for Comicstorian, and I'll see you guys next time right here at the channel.